In this video, we're going to talk about everything that you need to know about the upcoming Silent Hill projects. Facts, conjecture, rumor, and more right here in the LZ. My fellow travelers, you got a letter from the LZ, and now you are here to atone for your sins. And I sincerely hope that you are here to feel and express that I am feeling and expressing a nostalgic feeling of dread and joy at the same time, because new Silent Hill is coming, baby. In this video, I put together everything that I could find for information leading up to this Wednesday's Silent Hill transition stream, and you're going to want to stick around to the end because we're going to cover a lot of everything that we know, what we think we know, some additional rumors, and a little bit of conjecture. So first things first, there are currently, as we know, 4 projects upcoming for Silent Hill. And let's list those now. Firstly, Silent Hill 2 is reportedly being remade. Now, if you're new to Silent Hill, in which case, welcome, and you've got quite the back library to catch up on. But if you're new to Silent Hill and this franchise, you will probably want to know that Silent Hill 2 is revered to be probably the best in the franchise. At the time, was heralded as one of the best-looking PS2 games, an expertly written story, and probably one of the scariest games to ever exist. Now, you're probably thinking, well, this is great news, LZ, but we don't necessarily know, because the biggest part of the rumor is that the game is being remade by the Bloober team. Those are the folks that made Observer, they made the Layers of Fear games, and also launched the recent title called The Medium that kind of got mixed reviews. That's available on Game Pass, I believe. Now, from my perspective, this isn't as bad a news as the internet will probably give you, because previously, before Team Silent broke up, they were the original kind of loosely adjusted group. They didn't have all the members working on all of the games, but primarily the first 4 games had the most Team Silent involvement. After that, Silent Hill was farmed out to other studios that were not Japanese. So I believe one was American or Canadian, and I think the other one was in Poland, but they were more Western developers. This was also true of Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which actually is probably one of the more popular Silent Hills that were not developed by Team Silent. But they were universally panned because they weren't Team Silent involved, and they kind of got away from the original Silent Hill formula that was created that made those games so unique. Bloober team, for my opinion, is actually showing some very good competence in the design department. They are certainly graphically capable of making a Silent Hill game, but they've recently come under fire about their themes and how they do stories. In a Silent Hill, the town is meant to hold you accountable for your sins and really just kind of projects your conscience and kind of the bad things that you did. That was one of the things that made Silent Hill 2 so great, because it shared so many perspectives from several different characters about how the town treats people who are good and bad. Where Team Bloober kind of falls short on that is that they kind of have proven the opposite, that they don't really know how to handle themes very well. And so with Silent Hill 2 being very widely revered, people are kind of concerned that Bloober may not meet the mark on this. I'm cautiously optimistic. The next project that's currently being reported as being in development is Silent Hill 5. Now, this is where I am super excited for several different reasons. For what we are hearing, Japan has taken control of Silent Hill again for the next numbered iteration, and this has me excited because not only do I feel like Japan does horror better than Western studios, Silent Hill was always better when it was under Japanese creation. But not only that, I'm going to save another bullet point for why that's great here for just shortly here in a few moments. Now, one that isn't as widely confirmed is a Silent Hill episodic rollout. I don't know if it's more of a Silent Hill short stories or more of an episodic rollout, kind of like the Walking Dead games, for instance. That's reportedly being handled by Annapurna. And then finally, so far what we know of is a new movie. This is the only thing so far that has legitimately been confirmed, is that a new movie from the original creator of the first Silent Hill movie by Christoph Gans, which I think dedicated Silent Hill fans kind of didn't really like, but the movie actually did very well, considering it did well enough to get another movie, which unfortunately was the literal and philosophical sense of a number 2. From what Google says, the first Silent Hill movie made like $100 million in the box office. So, you know what? Actually, it's one of my favorite video game movies, even though it kind of struggled thematically to fit with the game. It definitely hit the screen pretty well. Those are the 4 main projects that we know of. Now, supposedly tied to Silent Hill 5 is what's been labeled and rated as a Silent Hill short message. And famed leaker Dusk Golem on Twitter has explained this as being a more PT-like demo. Those of you who aren't aware of PT, you'll probably remember a lot of controversy several years ago about how Hideo Kojima had taken over Silent Hill. This was before Kojima's and Konami's big falling out, and which inevitably, unfortunately, led to the cancellation of Silent Hills, which actually had a lot of hype. The PT demo was quite unique, and it definitely was the most Silent Hill thing in this franchise in a very long time. It's sounding like Konami is trying to recapture that flame again with this Silent Hill short message demo, and supposedly it's attached to Silent Hill 5. Here's a couple of other good pieces of information. Remember how earlier I said that I'm super excited about Silent Hill 5? Not only is it reportedly being made in Japan under a Japan studio, which we still don't know who this is yet, but it is confirmed, at least loosely, that at least 2 of the members of Team Silent are involved in the project somehow. Notably is Akira Yamaoka. He is the one that is mostly responsible for the soundtrack and the sound design. If you have played the original Silent Hills, you know that it's got some of the best ambience and some of the most unsettling yet melancholy music. It's quite remarkable. As a matter of fact, Akira Yamaoka has been the most involved with Silent Hill projects even past Silent Hill 4. But my favorite of the 2, Masahiro Ito, he's the one that was responsible for a lot of that sort of bloody and rusty artwork that you see in the old Silent Hill games. And of course, regardless of how well you know Silent Hill, one of the most iconic creatures ever created, the Pyramid Head, was created by Masahiro Ito. He of course hasn't directly said that he is involved, but both Akira Yamaoka and Masahiro Ito has retweeted the upcoming Silent Hill stream happening this Wednesday. Now, if I'm reading it correctly, there are more than just those 2 members of Team Silent involved, though it hasn't been confirmed. However, for Silent Hill fans who have been hungry for a really good Silent Hill in a very long time, you probably know the names Hiroyuki Owaku and Takayoshi Sato. They were 2 of the OG Team Silent Hill members, and pretty much 2 of the main reasons why the first few games, especially Silent Hill 2, are so widely celebrated as the best of the franchise. It hasn't been confirmed if either one of them are involved, but if either one or both of them are involved, get ready to eat really good, folks, because these 2 understand the formula of a Silent Hill game in and out, and I would just be completely inside out if they are in fact involved. I believe at least one of them are still involved with Konami. I'm not sure about the other one. I mentioned Hideo Kojima earlier, and something else that we want to know. I know that we have been very anti-Konami very recently, but I do want to point out that very recently, Konami has been very good in the video game sense. A couple of things to remember here. Super recently, I believe last year or the year before, Konami re-released Silent Hill 4 on the GOG platform. I think that's owned by CD Projekt Red, and that's their digital store that's famous for not offering DRM with its digital purchases for PC. Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 are still very, very difficult to find, at least on PC, and well, you just gotta hop on board a pirate ship for that one, or pay hundreds or thousands of dollars on some obscure site somewhere. But from what I'm reading, Dusk Golem is telling us that the same leadership leadership that had the falling out with Hideo Kojima is no longer in the same positions of leadership, or that leadership have shifted somehow. And as you can tell, Konami seems to be wanting to jump back into the video game space in a meaningful way. Most recently, they put out a couple of different Ninja Turtles games that are apparently very well received, that are compilations of the old TMNT games that were really, really good. And then, of course, as you can see, they're jumping back into the Silent Hill space. That's every reason to be excited. There's also a rumored Metal Gear Solid remake in the works, too, that obviously not with Kojima, but I talk about those things that are not Silent Hill related because that's one of the reasons why I guess we can be kind of cautiously optimistic that it might be handled well this time. And while Hideo Kojima is probably not involved and the dream of Silent Hills is gone forever, this might be cause for a little bit of hope for us Silent Hill fans. Now, finally, I'll end the video with what I'm hoping to see at the Silent Hill transmission this Wednesday. At the very least, I'm hoping that Konami will finally re-release Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 on PC digital platform. It's time. These games deserve it. And with such beautiful mods like the Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition, which I have personally played, it's just time to finally let it loose. I know a lot of folks might be apprehensive about Team Bloober handling a Silent Hill 2 remake, but Konami would do really well to give good access to Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 on all platforms for everyone to enjoy and relive. Or for those of you who never played Silent Hill 1 through 4, it would be a great time for us to revisit that in a meaningful way. I'm hoping to at least hear about one of the projects, either the Silent Hill 2 remake or Silent Hill 5, but if I were to guess, it sounds like with the Silent Hill short message demo already being rated, it sounds like that's what we're going to get, and possibly more information about Silent Hill 5. I'm not sure I'm expecting all Silent Hill information to be revealed at this show. If I were Konami, I would be saving more information for a show down the road when we're ready to talk about that. I wouldn't show everything Silent Hill related, as much as my greedy ass would like to see all of it. But if you stayed to the end of the video to this point, thank you so much for listening to me ramble about my absolute obsession about this franchise. Tell me in the comments, what do you see coming from the Silent Hill transmission coming this Wednesday? What are your hopes and dreams? Are you blasting Laura's theme from Silent Hill 2 while we wait? I know you are. And for hopefully way more coverage about Silent Hill and all things Team Silent, hopefully, come back to the LZ for the next one.